Hello and welcome to the review of Round 5 of Rally USA in Season 3 of the SIMGEAR Rally Cup. We're about to look back at the most exciting moments from this intense gravel rally across the American stages, covering a total distance of 173 kilometers. The event challenged all 74 participating drivers, of whom 56 made it to the finish. In third place, in the class of the iconic Soviet-era LADAs, was Dimitar Dulichki from Bulgaria. After his excellent performance in America, Dulichki confirmed his capabilities in Japan as well, and was satisfied with his result at the end of Friday. In true sportsmanlike spirit, he didn't spare his compliments for his biggest rival Zhdanov, calling him incredibly fast. The toughest stage of the rally for Dulichki turned out to be Skupień 2, and on the final stages, he admitted it was difficult for him to readapt to tarmac. After this rally, he collected a total of 162 points in his class. Second place among the ladders went to another Bulgarian driver, Iskren Pondev. After this battle on the Japanese roads, he gathered 114 points in the standings. Pondev set the best time already on the stage Perka 2, and although he admitted to making some mistakes, he was most satisfied with the great fight against Dimitar Dulichki. On Sunday, he repeatedly led the pace over his main rivals, finishing with a convincing second place, just over 1 minute behind the absolute favorite, Alexander Zhdanov from Russia, 217 points. It's becoming difficult to find new words to describe Zhdanov. This leading driver once again categorically defeated his rivals and didn't allow them to change the standings in the category. On the gravel stage Neuka 2, Zhdanov finished with what he himself called an epic roof finish. On some stages on Sunday, he was second on pace, which perhaps gave the others hope for a moment. But the Russian racer quickly reaffirmed his leadership and once again stood on the podium. Third place went to German driver Nils Sentkovsky with a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 10. After stage 12, Neuka 2, he shared that his car had stalled after rolling on the last big bump, about 100 meters before the finish. The Shamaru Pass stage caused him no trouble, unlike stage 16, Pirka 2, where he encountered some difficulties. Despite finishing third in this rally and holding first place in the category with 198 points, Sentkovsky showed little satisfaction with the result, calling Rally Japan his weakest performance of the season, adding that he hopes this will be the last time. Second place in the R4 class went to Nikolai Nikitin from the Russian Federation with a Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 9. The fastest on Neuka and Pirka 2, Nikitin was particularly reserved in his comments and gave no assessment after any stage. With his participation in Rally Japan, he collected 66 points in the standings. The winner in the R4 class in Japan was Latvian driver Oskars Bergmanis with his Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 10. He was noticeably more cautious on Friday, but during Saturday's stage, Bergmanis picked up the pace, and the worn gravel tires on Neuka and Skupień didn't stop him from improving throughout the day. On Sunday, he seriously tested his rivals and said that Pirka 2 had been very difficult for him. Oskars Bergmanis managed to set the best overall result in this event and thanked the organizers for another super challenging rally. Third in the Rally 4 class was Russian driver Anton Lisov with a Peugeot 208. On the first day of the rally, Lisov's performance was relatively moderate. On Saturday, he showed great focus and definitely improved his speed on most stages. Until this rally, Lisov hadn't made a statement about his participation. On Sunday, he managed to lead twice on the gravel stage Skupień 2, and this excellent result allowed him to grab third place. In this way, Anton Lisov climbed 2 positions in the Rally 4 standings, collecting 109 points. After his success in the American round with the FWD cars, Nezrin Sali from Bulgaria with a Renault Clio confirmed himself in 2nd place, advancing by 1 more position in the Rally 4 class overall standings with 142 points. Sali shared that Friday had been an unsuccessful day overall. During Saturday's stage, things went significantly better, and he finished 2nd on the Neuka stage. Sunday was even stronger, as Nezrin Sali set his personal best time on Akagi and stayed in the top 4 throughout the day. The Rally 4 category favourite in Rally Japan turned out to be Bulgarian driver Julian Janovski, also with a Renault Clio. With good initial pace after the start, Janovski pushed further on day 2 and set the best time on Skupień. In the final stage of the rally, on the longest stage, Neuka, 13.8 kilometers, he twice dominated convincingly ahead of his rivals in Rally 4 and finished the rally 105 ahead of 2nd place. Janovski spared any detailed comments, but his satisfaction was clear. After this success on Japan's mixed surfaces, with 179 points, he remains the class leader. Rusy Panjarov from Bulgaria finished 3rd in the Rally 3 cars with his Renault Clio. At the beginning of the event, during his first stage, this driver showed a solid start and finished in a steady 4th place. He repeated that performance on day 2, again without making a statement. In the end, Panjarov finished 2 minutes 13 seconds behind the runner-up, which not only secured him 3rd place in Japan, but also reinforced his seasonal result in this class, with 137 points. 2nd place again went to Hungarian driver Max Sebastian with a Renault Clio. He had also been 2nd in the American rally, further confirming his well-deserved vice-champion position in the standings, with 154 points. Unbeatable on Friday and slightly less consistent on Saturday, he managed to set his personal best on the 8.7-kilometer Japanese stage, Skupień. At the finish, Sebastian expressed his satisfaction with the challenge of every stage and thanked the organizers. In Rally 3, the winner's spot once again went to Barbados driver Jack Rackham with a Renault Clio. After a modest warm-up on day 1, Rackham improved his pace on Saturday and once again outpaced his rivals without hesitation. Just like in previous rallies of the SIMGEAR Rally Cup, he displayed masterful control of speed, perfect focus and composure. At the finish, Rackham built a lead of 5:18 over his nearest competitor. On Japan's mixed surfaces, Rackham remained the undisputed favorite, flawless and precise. Summing up his participation, he said, "At Rally Japan, I had to drive very carefully and slowly to reach the finish safely. I had no time for training. I spent all my time editing the pace notes. Thanks to the organizers for the rally." After Japan, Rackham leads his class with 228 points. In 10th place overall was Finnish driver Jonna Virtanen with a Toyota GR Yaris. At the start of the event, he admitted he hadn't had much time to prepare and was relying quite a bit on luck. After the finish, he shared he was satisfied with the result. On the longest stage, Neuka, on Saturday, Virtanen set his strongest time so far. Also on Saturday, he mentioned a small incident on the last stage, Skupień. 9th place went to Austrian driver Lukas Kreutzer with a Hyundai i20N. Relatively satisfied after the first day, Kreutzer set a new personal best on Shamaru Pass 2, gravel, 5.8 kilometers. He admitted to having difficulties in several places on Saturday, but kept his hopes for the final stage. On Perka Monoko 2, he had a minor crash and needed help, and on the gravel stage Neuka 2, he received a 5-second penalty. Unfortunately, he faced more issues until the end of Sunday, and at the finish he admitted he was quite disappointed and that gravel clearly wasn't his strength. Ahead of 8th overall and R4 class winner Oscars Bergmanis was Manuel Alonso from Mexico with a Skoda Fabia. Quite disappointed with his Friday performance, he managed to improve at times during Rally Japan, and on Sunday finished 30.17 seconds behind 6th place Canadian driver Jean-Marc, also with a Skoda Fabia. Jean-Marc maintained a good pace throughout the weekend, but despite his successful finish, he expressed little satisfaction with his participation in round 6 of the SIMGEAR Rally Cup, Rally Japan. Another Skoda Fabia brought Finnish driver Mikael Sorjonen to 5th place. Sorjonen hadn't had the chance to prepare seriously and admitted his disappointment after the first session. After finishing the final 2 days, he stated, "I'm starting to get used to it. I drove more carefully, and my stage 2 performance was stable. In fact, I was cautious the whole time." Polish driver Damian climbed onto the podium with 3rd place, again with a Skoda Fabia. He reached the bronze step despite poor grip after the opening day and other surprises on Saturday. On Pirka Monoko, for example, Skupień said, "With no brakes and lack of power, it was impossible to stop, and I spun." Turunen from Finland with a Skoda Fabia finished 2nd in the Japanese rally on mixed surfaces. Turunen noted, "Rally Japan is over. A big relief after 2 consecutive DNFs. I had no time to prepare for this rally and just tried to avoid mistakes and drive carefully. No big mistakes, though the driving wasn't particularly fast. I had some really bad pace notes, especially on the reverse gravel stages, but I survived thanks to low speed. Thanks again to the organizers." After a hugely successful 2nd place in America, this time the top step went to Polish driver Jurek Bogdanowicz with a Ford Fiesta, finishing 3 minutes 21 seconds ahead of 2nd place in the top 10 standings. Some unexpected twists on Saturday brought Bogdanowicz plenty of drama, such as a heavy hit in the final sector of Skupień and several spins on Sunday. Still, the Polish driver maintained his characteristic, dynamic driving style and fully deserved the victory. Here are the final results of Rally Japan, round 6 of the SIMGEAR Rally Cup. Next week, we head to the United Kingdom for the penultimate round of the championship. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel to